Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, firm but fair gaming. More news on the PTR, and we are going to dive right into the class tuning because that's what everyone's here for. But quick update: Dells have been updated. Just so you know, just different drops. Hero gear is at tier 8, all that fun stuff. Tier 6 will be veteran. You'll get champion gear from the coffers. All the good stuff updating on Dells. Now, for people who don't care about Dells and want to dive right into the class tuning, let's go. The drive system, there's fixed issues, fixed bugs, reset race, all that fun stuff. The drive looks to be really fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to playing the drives car. But the class tuning, Unholy DK, Death Coil damage reduced by 13%. Magus of the Dead increased by 35%, but the now summons for only 6 seconds instead of 8 seconds. Bit of a difference there, which I don't know. It's you're nerfing one and then buffing the damage. So interesting concept. We'll see how that plays out. Gargoyle damage. Oh, and Commander of the Dead increases Gargoyle and Army of the Dead damage by 45% was 35, and Gargoyle damage increased by 15. So they're kind of bringing Gargoyle back up. All Horseman damage increased by 10%. It doesn't include Undeath and Trollbane's Ice Fury, though. Demon Hunters. Activating Vengeful Retreat now enforces a brief cooldown for Fellblade, similar to behavior with Fell Rush. Okay, activating Fellblade shortly after activating Vengeful Retreat will now cancel Vengeful Retreat's movement if Fellblade target is too close to dash to. Interesting. I don't know if that's good or bad. You'd have to have a Demon Hunter main to see. I know I do that a lot. Is Vengeful Retreat into a Fellblade or Vengeful Retreat into oh, I can't even think of it now. The the ability that you zoom in. Hunt. Hunt is the word I was looking for. Wow. It is way too early in the morning. Felscard. Student of Suffering bonus. Mastery value reduced by 33% and duration reduced to 6 seconds was 8 seconds. Havoc. Cycle of Hatred is now 1 point instead of 2 point. Who doesn't always like those changes? Demon Surge now causes Metamorphosis to increase Fury generation by Demon Blades by 3 was 5. So a nerf there as well. Vengeance. Vengeance is, I don't know, kind of broken on the PTR, so we'll see what they're playing out here. Fallout's chance to generate soul fragments has been increased at low target counts with 1 guaranteed soul fragment generated when striking a single target. Maximum possible remains 5. Okay, so you always get 1. Not a bad change. Feed the Demon is now 1 point talent. Whoa! That is fantastic. It always sucked trying to feed the Demon for 2 points, but 1 point is amazing. Feed the Demon now reduces the cooldown of Demon Spikes by 0.35 seconds per soul fragment consumed. Okay, so they met it right kind of in the middle. So you're getting 0.35 seconds instead of 0.5. That's a welcome change. I would be probably playing that talent. I like it. It's a great talent to, just consistently have the Demon Spikes up a lot more. Demon Surge damage reduced by 20%. Burning Blades now deals 40% of listed ability damage over 6 seconds was 50%. Okay, so they are nerfing the damage. It was up there. Fix an issue where Fell Devastation did not share cooldown with Fell Desolation. Okay. Evoker. Consuming Flame will not properly have its radius increase when striking larger enemies. Cool. Consuming Flame damage increased to 900% of 1 tick of Fire Breath, about 750. Okay, big buff. Fix an issue, don't care. Augment. Oh, what do we got here? Upheaval from the Liberation Undermine 2-set bonus no longer increases the duration of Ebon Might. Thank fuck. For all those people who have grown tired of seeing Augment Evoker, this is a small change. Whether it will bring it down enough, I don't know, but hopefully they are not getting the 100% uptime on Ebon Might like they were in the PTR, or very, very close to 100% uptime. So hopefully this change really helps that out. I do play Augment, and I'm even tired of seeing it in the S tier and only, spec ever always brought to all high keys. So yeah, it would be a welcome change to see it knocked down to at least A tier. Fire breath damage over time increased by 15 seconds. Eternity surge damage by 20. And scintillation triggers eternity surge at 40% power was 50%. Okay. So some buffs and then a small nerf. Beastmaster. Black arrow damage increased by 10%. Great. Pack leader. Bear damage reduced by 20%. Oh. Okay. Interesting change. Interesting change. Beastmaster is cranking on the PTR, so we'll see how the pack leader one takes effect. True shot now increases your critical strike damage by 20, was 10%, so a little buff to marksman. And then a bunch of buff to survival. Mongoose bite by 30, raptor strike by 10, wildfire bomb by 10, and pack leader wyvern damage bonus increased to 15. So big buffs for survival. Again, as of right now, I don't foresee you taking a full melee comp, just due to some of the fights, but you could. It's not impossible. It's just, I don't know. I would prefer it when I'm doing it. I prefer not to have a full melee comp this season, due to some of the dungeons. Theater of Pain's one that comes to mind. It's a bit of a bastard when it's all melee, just on the one boss specifically. But Arcane Barrage damage increased by 20% for Arcane. Intuition damage bonus increased to 50% was 20, and duration has been reduced to 3 seconds was 6 seconds. Okay, so we're kind of just squishing the damage into a smaller window. Fire. Unleashed Inferno damage bonus increased to 70% was 60. Sun King's Blessing. Bonus damage reduced by 20%. And Hypothermia chance to trigger increased. So small nerf, small buff. It kind of... We'll see. We'll see how this one plays out. Fire is my favorite mage spec, and I am debating that as my second tune for Season 2. Wintertide. Frost has been updated. Now grants 2 and 4% increased icicle and glacial spike damage, stacking up to 2 times. Glacial spike no longer consumes Wintertide. Oh. Huh. Okay. Interesting. They noted Wintertide was proving to have a more substantial rotation impact than intended. Splintering Orbs, Frost Splinter Generation reduced to 4 was 5, so nerf there. Spell Frost Teachings, chance to trigger reduced to 2% was 2.5. So also a small nerf there. So technically small if you go by numbers, but it's still small-ish. Ret Pally, Crusader now consistently displays the correct visual when Glyph of the Winged Vengeance is being used. Okay. Casting Power Infusion now adds to the duration of your current Power Infusion when using the Liberation up to a max duration of 30 seconds. Wow! That is fantastic. Nice little change there. That should bring Shadow Priest up a little bit. They were pretty much bottom tier this season, and hopefully this will bring them up a little bit as they were slowly getting some more damage out. But yeah, if this stacks now, PI, that's a great change. Fixed several issues with singular focus that prevented its application from being reliable. Okay. Shaman enhancement. Well, I guess you want to call it the S tier spec, but it technically is just due to PI, so take that how you would. 8 stack of Electrostatic Wager now increases the damage of Crash Lightning by 18%, was 24%. So nerf there. Electrostatic Wager will now only increase the initial damage of Crash Lightning. Oh. And the cleave damage of lightning has created more complex decision-making than the process we obtained. Okay. So it's only the initial damage. I wonder how much of a nerf that's going to be. I have to go back and play around with the PTR to see. Stormbringer, Awakening Storms now grants Tempest every 4 times it occurs, was 3. That's a big nerf. Voltaic Surge now... It's too early in the morning. I give up on that one already. Now increasing the damage of Crash Lightning and Chain Lightning by 10% was 5%. Okay, so this is another nerf. So they're bringing enhancement down a bit. Warlock, Destro, fixed an issue. Forset was providing higher mastery than intended. Bonus now 2% mastery when Jackbot was 3. Okay, so bringing mastery down a bit for destruction. They are cranking, so that is a interesting change. See how that plays out. Arms, fix an issue that could cause the new Colossus Smash and Warbreakers visual not to display correctly. Kill. They fixed the visuals. Prop Warrior, they've been pretty much fucking with every week. They didn't like how it was playing. They want to change it. They want to change the decision making, both for tanking decisions as well as managing cooldown resets and free ability use. However, there are some elements of the current design that can lean Prop Warriors to require more active play than we intended. Frequent shield slam cooldown resets are a part of this issue, and they occupy a large amount of the rotation. Yeah, you just spam shield slam basically and ignore pain. Generate a significant amount of rage. This leaves little room in the rotation to spend rage on anything that uses the global cooldown, coupled with prot major cooldowns generating a large amount of additional rage, leading to using ignore pain frequently. Yep, that's what they do. Shield slam, ignore pain, boom, boom, boom. Little to no mitigation value. To address this, we are reducing the frequency of shield slam cooldown reset, rage generated by major cooldowns, and in exchange supplementing rage generation from passive or rotational sources. In this goal, we are making prots easier to approach and play while still leaving plenty of room for skillful and active play at high levels. Okay, big mouthful there. They just want rage coming from other sources other than the shield slam cooldown. Some up there and your major cooldowns. And they don't want you just hard spamming ignore pain to dump your rage. There it is. Chance to reset the cooldown of shield slam from Devastator and Strategist reduced to 25% was 20%. Ignore pain icon now displays the remaining absorb amount as a percentage of the maximum absorb amount. Okay, that's interesting. Punish reduces damage the punished target deals to you by 3% was 4%. So some small nerfs there. We'll see what this is. They're going to be working on this for a while. So expect Prot Warrior updates next week as well. Delves. Difficulty. If you're done with this, thanks for watching. If you want to get into the Delves, we're going through that next. And that'll be pretty much the end of this because I don't care about PvP. It's not for me. I don't play it. Difficulty levels of tier 9, 10, and 11 have been lowered. Okay. In Season 1, tiers above 8 were meant purely for players who wanted a challenge. Now, we have more desired rewards, such as Gilded Crest on tier 11. We want to review the difficulty of these. We had previously balanced them with the thought that tier 11 would be a challenge for all players in the game, even up to the high mythic levels in Season 2. We're changing our philosophy for tier 11 to be the highest challenge for Delve players, which means it's balanced around what fully upgraded gear players can get with Delve ecosystem as opposing to the entire game. Okay. Tank Brann will now receive 50% reduced healing while unconscious. Brann fucking sucks. Let's be honest. He's fucking terrible. Healer or DPS spec, he doesn't do shit. Anyway, I haven't even got mine to max. It stopped giving me XP, just for a fun fact on mine. Mine's level 52 or 54, somewhere in there, but I can't get XP anymore, so it just sits there. I haven't opened a ticket, nor do I really care. Delves are okay, but Brann doesn't do anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. The creation of tank Brann means healers have a version of Brann that they can focus on healing and have aggro properly pulled off them. We'll see how that plays out. In testing tank Brann, we found that it was so easy to get him back up from unconscious with base healing that it meant that there was no penalty for failing to heal him, and therefore a lack of challenge for healers focusing on the spec. We've lowered the healing he receives while unconscious to encourage healers to use their full kit to keep Brann alive. Okay. I haven't tried that. I'm going to try it, but I don't know. Brann, I just foresee you ripping a lot of aggro off Brann. Unless they made it like Hunter Pet, but you can still rip aggro off your pets, so we'll see. Items, raid rewards, Torque Big Red Button returned as a 2-minute effect was 3. Pilot Light returns a 2-minute effect was 3. Operation Floodgate, Weapon and Armor secondary stats have been adjusted. And then a bunch of, it's a short PvP list. Just Evoker. And it's just nerfs for PvP, so there you go. I don't know if you're a PvP fan and like the Evoker in it, but they're getting nerfed on 3 abilities. Anyways, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel if you want more, and we'll see you in the next video.